I love the way the First Gen Lounge makes me feel.
Because it creates a space where I belong.
Where we're able to create community.
The fact that it's a community.
It's a safe place.
It also gives me a place to understand different perspectives.
The stories of these individuals prescribe transformational perspective.
I receive encouragement, enlightenment, empowerment.
And also serve as a catalyst to just keep going.
Where we're able to be our true selves.
I'm allowed to be an unapologetic first gen.
And above all else, tell our story.
And every episode is unique.
I love it.
I'm your host, Dr. Eve, and I'd like to welcome you to the First Gen Lounge. Good morning and great day to you. So who knew that June 1st was going to be on a Thursday? One of our favorite days, right? I mean, somebody knew, but I wasn't paying attention until I paid attention. I was like, oh gosh, that's what's up. Just that we are at the halfway point of the year. It is here, dear. And what you gonna do with that? How you gonna make the most of the rest of this year? And how are you already planning for, setting your intentions, preparing for the next year? Because realize a year from now is next summer, okay? A year from now is next summer. So play with time if you want to, but it ain't gonna play with you. That's what I know, boo-boo. So, I wanted to sit with you for just a few moments today. And there's a question that I'm going to throw out to you first. And I ain't taking from Usher, but, since we here, can you handle it? Now, not the song and not the handling it. I mean, if that's what you're doing, that's your business. I'm going to mind my business. But no, really, can you handle it? Can you handle it? What you mean, Dr. Eve? Can I handle it? The things that you have prayed for, hoped for, willed the universe for, when they have arrived, how have you acted? How have you been? Has it been too much? Has it been overwhelming? Has it been, goodness, this is more than I thought it would be? And it could be both good, but thinking about it from a perspective of being overwhelmed or I don't know what to do with this, it's too much. When you are asking life for the things that you want, what I want you to be sure to do is to also ask for the ability to handle it when it comes. Because what good is it to spend your time and energy working toward wanting, desiring things, to get them, and then to fumble the bag? Whatever that looks like. But even more importantly, when you're asking life for all the things you want, before you even ask life for all the things you want, start thinking about what those things really mean. You want to be a multimillionaire. What kind of work does that require? What kind of career path? What kind of investment plan? How long will it actually take to realize this dream? How do you manage it when you get it? How do you multiply it? What do you do? How do you handle it? You say you want a dope ass relationship, a really healthy, strong, beautiful, fun, fantastic relationship. What does that really mean? What is fun and fantastic and beautiful and amazing and dope? What's communication look like? What does shared goals and values and dreams look like? What does it look like? And are you equipped to do those things, to be the person that we talked about it before, becoming who you need to be? What does it look like realistically for you? And do you really have the bandwidth or the capacity to handle something like that? A good, healthy relationship. Do you really know that? Or are you just saying it because it sounds fun, it sounds cute, because everybody on social media got a boo or something, a situation? Do you really have the emotional capacity to handle what comes with a good, healthy, solid ass relationship? You say you want to be an entrepreneur. Cool. But can you deal with not making money every month? Can you deal with making really good money and then something happening and having to pivot in your business? Because of things maybe even beyond your control? Can you handle that? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for thinking about paying employees and benefits and contracting folks and taxes and development itself, and the fact that your business could generate 6 figures, but you done spent damn near 6 figures, to get it there. And look, I'm in several spaces and I've been in the game full time for 7 years. There's a lot that I know now that I didn't know before. And even now, right? While there is money to be made, what kind of money has to be spent? Can you handle that you may not make money in your business for maybe 5 years? Can you handle that most businesses within 2 years, about 80% of businesses fail, right? Fail is in they close. They don't go nowhere. You don't see it anymore. That's done. Can you handle the pressure of having to show up again and again and again, of marketing, of getting grants, of trying to find ways to fund it if you don't come from a background such that you can just call somebody and say, yo, can I get 50 bands? Because I got a project that I'm working on. When you're an entrepreneur and you hear people say all the time, oh, I work 4 hours a week in my business, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? You are responsible for that thing 24/7, 365, 366. Okay? No matter what happens with that particular thing, that's on you. Can you handle that? Can you handle that kind of pressure? Or are you just really better cut out to be an employee for the rest of your life? And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that, because it's such a responsibility to be on a path like this. And we can talk about that more later, but can you handle it? When you think about moving to a different state, when you think about regulating your weight, I had to do it. Y'all know who y'all dealing with. When you think about, again, the things you say you want, can you handle it? Can you really? How do you maintain significant weight loss? What kind of discipline does that require? Or what kind of decision do you need to make? Be it that it's, a food regimen and working out, or if that's, an alternative path, like maybe needing to get bypass surgery or get I think it's called a band. What do you need to do? Is it being in a program? Is it getting with a group or accountability? But either way, can you handle it? What is required of you? I love that we get to continue to grow and evolve and make decisions and do things that we find are good for us, right? We get to change course anytime that we want to. But one thing that I would hope that we do more, because I see it happen so much, and I've done it myself, so I ain't excuse, y'all know if I'm talking y'all about something, I didn't check myself, or I am currently checking myself on it, right? But thinking about all that we can become, all that we can do, can we really handle what we're asking for? And it's okay if you can't, right? It's okay, because maybe you need to ask for something a bit different, right? But thinking about your ask, depending on what your background is when it comes to faith, it may be the power of the tongue. Some people just believe in manifestation, talking to the universe. There's so much karma, so many things, right? But one thing that is consistent is what you put out there. What you put out there. You got to be so mindful of what you think, how you feel, what you believe. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come to you in one way or another. And when that happens, can you handle it? I mean, even thinking about the fears we put out into the world, can you handle those fears coming true? You gotta be mindful. Again, you gotta be mindful what you think, how you move, what you believe, what you set your intentions on, what you pray about. Because when it happens, but I asked for this. That's one reason I don't complain when it comes to business. I may feel challenged sometimes, and I say I don't complain. I tell people I'm not gonna complain. I'm not, because I asked for this life. I asked to be in a position to make an impact in a way that only being in this space was going to allow me to do. Like, once I figured out I loved it, and I love it. I love the thrill of entrepreneurship. I absolutely love it. No day is ever the same. And I've never been in a space where I have been more myself than what I am right now. But that may also mean I'll send out a $60,000 proposal for a contract, right? To get a contract. And I may not get that. Or I may have it countered to, let's negotiate and do something different. This is where our budget lies, or this will work. Or, you know, some people just flat out, I'm not paying that. Well, cool. No love lost. No love. But can you handle such big rejection? Can you handle constantly being rejected? Can you handle having put out a product and or service and knowing that there are those who can patronize your business to do whatever it is that they're doing, and they never reach out to you? They never hit you up. They never call. Maybe they think of you, or you have people who think about you and they want to know what you're doing and how you're doing it so that they can do it too, right? Rather than, hey, let's collaborate and do this together. And I'm not, hey, that ain't no shade. I promise it's not. But can you handle the fact that when you create something, people may want to take from it? Because you may drop something, again, a product or a service, and look up and somebody else is suddenly offering it too. And you're like, no, you wasn't even doing that. That wasn't even something that I remember being on your radar, but it's real out here and it happens, right? And then having to protect your energy. Can you handle people not liking you on the account of you having to protect your space? And it's not that you don't play well with others, but you know what it's like to be moving towards something and to be burned, and to be burnt big, right? And I stay on the entrepreneurship thing a little bit, not because even anything has happened right now to trigger it, but it is a really big part of my life. And I think about it being a really big part of my journey, and even some of the life changes that I've had to make to support the journey, right? Thinking about the people who you surround yourself with. Like, if you ask yourself, if I'm to be an entrepreneur, amazing professor, if I'm to be one of the dopest people you ever met in tech, be it that I am auditing or software engineer or working in leadership within tech companies, what does that look like for me? But can I handle it? So, my charge to you, going forward, when you think about the things that you want, the lifestyle that you want, when you think about all the things that you believe will bring you joy and peace and happiness and be the things that leave a legacy, whatever it may be. If it's having children, if it's starting a family, if it's going back to school, if it's taking on a new career, whatever it is, I've asked you before to think about the person who you need to become to do those things, right? We talked about this in previous episodes. So now my charge to you, in addition to thinking about the person you have to become, is, can I handle it? Because in the can I handle it, am I even willing to become this person? Am I even willing to change some of my ways of thinking, some of my ways of being and moving about in this world? Can I really handle that? Because it doesn't matter what everybody else says or thinks or believes. Only you know if there's something that you can't handle, if you could carry the cost for whatever it is that you are deciding that you are choosing. And if you say, I can't handle that, then great, by all means, move forward, be merry. But if at any point you find yourself saying, that's not what I really want to do, or I don't believe that's who I want to become to do this thing. If you say, I don't believe I can handle it, that is your truth. Don't let nobody else tell you, oh, well, yeah, you rise to the occasion. If you say that's what you want and you believe that you can handle it and you say you can't handle it, rise to the occasion. But there's nothing wrong with feeling like that's not your forte, that's not your thing. And that you're not going to waste your time if that's what you feel like you're going to be doing, right? I'm not going to waste my time trying to do that because I know who I am. There's some things I'm just not going to do. It has something to do with me not being willing to evolve or be better. That's not what I want for myself. I can't handle that. I don't want that pressure. I don't want that lifestyle even. I don't want those things. I'm not interested. And that's okay, right? Because you have people out here trying to tell you that this is how your life should be because that's how they think their life should be. But, I'm going to digress. But know that your life is your life, and it's your beautiful life to make whatever that looks like. Everybody doesn't want a big house, right? Some people just want a dope ass decked out townhouse. Some people is me. Some people is me right now. Not everybody wants a Mercedes Benz or a BMW. Some people want a Tahoe or a GMC Denali. That's like, that's a dream. Maybe their luxury is Cadillac. Some people is me. Some people is me, right? But really, what I aspire for is what I aspire for. Not even because I feel like I can't have or do or be more. That's what I want, and that's what I know I can handle. And I'm good with that, right? Because I don't prefer to have a real big ass house. I gotta have somebody come and clean anyway, and all this empty space. I like cozy spaces, right? And I like being in or near city. Like I'm actually in a city, like right at a city or right around it, right? Where the action's at. But that's just being real with me. Being real with me. So be real with yourself out here in these streets. Because at the end of the day, the more honest you are with yourself, the more honest you can be with others. And the more authentic your life will be. The more you can just show up being yourself without all the masks. You can just be. You can just be. That's what I know. And what I also know is that you're going to be just fine. You're going to be all right. Everything always works itself out. Believe that. And most importantly, keep pressing forward. Till the next time, peace out.